like to call this meeting to order, April 26, 2021. Can I get Mr. Wright to lead us in prayer?
God, pray. Our Heavenly Father, Creator of all the worlds, as we approach all these unknowns in our lives today, we're so thankful for your guidance. We pray for your Spirit to lead us as individuals and nations we face them. And Father, come in the spring hand, once again, just a reminder of how great and marvelous your creation is. We pray for your guidance and our meeting tonight, and for a blessing on those who are in attendance. And may our actions reflect your will for all communities. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Brian Cross,
Here.
Buddy Holly, Tim Johnson,
Here.
Kenny Me,
Here.
Sam Russell,
Here.
Lonnie Wright.
Here.
Approval of correction of minutes. Can I get a motion?
No.
Second.
You have anything on that line?
No.
No, sir.
Approval to pay bills. Can I get a motion?
I think we need to take a vote on that last.
Oh, sorry about that. Go ahead.
Brian Cross,
Yes.
Tim Johnson,
Yes.
Kenny Me,
Yes.
Sam Russell.
Yes.
Lonnie Wright.
Yes.
Approval to pay bills.
Make a motion. I'll see.
Did one of y'all have anything on it?
No, sir.
Go ahead, Tricia.
Brian Cross,
Yes.
Tim Johnson,
Yes.
Kenny Me,
Yes.
Sam Russell.
Yes.
Lonnie Wright.
Yes.
Hearing delegations and citizens' comments. Anyone have any comments? We'll move on to reports. Police Department.
Everyone should have gotten our monthly report for last month. If anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Anybody have any questions? Thank you. Treasurer. Dr. Carroll.
Yeah, I just finished a review of various payment options for credit card and online payments. And doing regular business activity, closing out, getting ready for a budget coming up. We'll be looking at that very quickly, getting along in here.
Okay, thank you. New business, discuss and possibly approve hiring of the city manager, or city attorney, sorry. Anybody got anything on that?
No, we don't have this contract, though, we got is that one agreement outline. I think they had their things outlined for the contract that they signed.
Speak up a little bit. This is going to be hard to hear.
Is,
Can you use your microphone? I can't hear you.
Yep, please. Everybody use their mics, please.
Is everybody that looked over this agreement, are you pretty satisfied with it?
What did you say, Dean? We don't have the contract. Yeah, there's a little difference in this and Allison's in the Allen thing, but not all I saw.
Yeah, I agree with 2 feet now.
is that 250? Is that if you call him with a question, even though it's not even an hour, it's 250? That's his base charge?
It is, but we've had this with most of them, where 800 is just for a retainer, for them to do meetings and stuff like it says here. And this is pretty much the same thing as far as, the additional fees and stuff's paid for. I don't know how much the advice, I never figured out how Bill went about things here or even Allison. Because it's usually, we get over the $20,000 mark normally in legal fees, I think, normally charge. And that's due to billable hours, they, Allison, about who the city attorney was always being bills the city.
Was there something they were wanting us to do here? They wanting us to approve it, or they just want our opinion?
It was my understanding, it was just with them.
Sorry, who was that?
I believe there was supposed to be a meeting today, but it was postponed, so the understanding is unclear on what's being approved.
So should we put this off till the next meeting or what?
I think so.
That's part of the
You think-
workshop.
I believe that's
And
what.
that's one of the items in the workshop that we called on.
Yeah,
Probably the whole one.
yeah, we'll put that off till next meeting. Okay, next on the agenda is discuss and possibly approve annual maintenance contract with TDOT. You got anything on that? Olivia?
The annual maintenance contract is where we submit things that we've done throughout the city, such as track screw. We have billable hours that we can provide that TDOT thus reimburses us for. So we actually do get quite a bit of income from that agreement.
Do we have an estimate of how much or?
I have a spreadsheet that I could send to everybody, but it's a pretty good amount. It's usually 2,000 to 3,000, probably. Dr. Curley may be able to elaborate.
The buildings are kind of irregular, so it depends how long a period is being built for. But normally it's like, should be a monthly thing.
But I mean, for the contract of the state, is it for a certain amount of money?
It's pretty open-ended. We expect to look at it.
There is an allocated amount by TDOT, but we are able to use up to that amount. Thus it being allocated, we have full rights to that whole amount.
I think it was 84,000 or something, but looking at what we do, I don't see how we come down on that.
It says right here $68,850.
Because we're mowing down in Midtown half the time, out on,
Well, and even the street sweeper, we get some money back for each month. It's generally done quarterly, but as Dr. Curley stated, it's going to be provided monthly from this point.
I don't see right here, but I don't.
And this one we did though, because of like the mowing and stuff, we already did, so we went into this agreement.
Yeah, and then for 84,000, there's no way we're coming out on it.
Yep, we did that because we're coming out with nothing. We're doing it before.
We were basically doing all this before, we just weren't getting paid.
Yeah, we shouldn't charge them on that. But
Can I get a motion to approve this?
I said,
Did one of y'all have anything on it?
No, the way I understand it, what that is the same as the old one, it's a 12-month contract. This one's new busy or something.
Go ahead, Jessica.
Brian Cross,
Yes.
Ken Johnson,
Yes.
Kenyon Me,
Yes.
Sam Russell,
yes.
Lonnie Wright.
No.
Discuss and possibly approve credit card system. I'll let Dr. Curley explain it to you real quick.
I sent some material out to you on some of the things I reviewed as a part of the process of trying to determine what impact it would have on our system, putting various options in place. It wasn't my purpose to choose one, but rather to inquire as to how they operate and compare that to how we operate and what government software, and see what connections and changes in the accounting would have to be done in order to accommodate whichever program we put in place. Some of the things I looked at, if you look at this little page right here, I've summarized some of the things I looked at having to do with protecting and maintaining our database, evaluating the changes needed to the accounting system, assessing the cost of adding various pay systems, ability to tailor payment options to Harriman's revenue streams, compatibility with existing software we have, risk and vulnerability to outside attack, and then I made a recommendation here. Basically, we can use any of the pay systems that I have listed here in this information packet I gave you. The problem I see with them is that they're possibly more vulnerable to attack. Some you have to pay the cost of using them versus the user. Some the user pays. And some basically can give you some options with respect to revenue codes. The problem being is that if we use that process, we would accumulate payments, but we still have to get them into the accounting system. And in other words, there's not a direct link to our revenue codes in the accounting system software we're using. So all in all, after having reviewed the costs associated with some of these pay systems, you will see that they're fairly close in terms of what they charge. Whether you pay or the user pays is variable. And if you're using one that you have to pay, that adds on to their costs. Now, what local government has done, they have added the ability to put property tax under the next gen payment system, accounting system that we have. Right now, we only have general ledger under the accounting system, and if we add property tax, that means we can automatically log in the property tax that would take in the next gen system. In 3 to 4 months, there will be an additional module that we're adding on, which is called OnePay. And it will serve all the functions that you see in third-party packages, and it won't cost us any more money. So therefore, it's a fairly easy recommendation to say, stick with the existing software. Put the software up, the new next-gen software up, that can add the property tax so that we can right away begin credit card payments for property tax. In about 3 or 4 months, we would then add the other module called OnePay, which would allow you to do a lot of things that we charge you. You could pay traffic tickets, you could pay rent fees, you could even pay golf course fees, but we have a system over there that's sort of independent. In general, though, where we have things that are taking place like events, it would give the option of paying that online with credit. And since it's free to us as a module, the user will pay for the use of the credit card. wouldn't cost us anything. So my recommendation to the committee would be to go to the local government software and with the add-on, new next-gen system. It would cost us approximately $6,000 to upgrade. And then we'd have an annual support fee of $7,000. Right now, we're paying an annual fee of $21,000. So this would add anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000 to our current pay. We might have some economy in taking down parts of FlexGen that we don't have to use on property tax. That might reduce the cost to serve, and we just have to see. I'm also recommending, though, that we do not do away with FlexGen until our staff are very familiar with NextGen that does some of the things that FlexGen does, like payment system, we're doing bills, and of course we want to keep payroll FlexGen right now, but we need some transition from FlexGen to NextGen and the property tax software. So I'd recommend we keep both systems up and running for at least a year. So that's my recommendation.
Second, Dr. Carroll. I'll need a motion to approve the credit card system next year.
I'll make a motion that we move forward with the finance committee and the treasurer's recommendations listed on this paper.
Second.
Second. Either one y'all got any comments?
No, sir.
Hey, Charles, can you, so you're saying the 21,000 is the current annual fee for FlexGen and NextGen?
Yeah.
So when FlexGen goes away, whenever,
Or it should say something like that.
is it about the same, the 7,000 annual fee support?
Yeah, I don't know exactly the amount that we say there would be some savings if you take away FlexGen. A lot of support we have, hardware support. But that's something I didn't mention about local government. Is there excellent, in my opinion, in the support. If you're having a problem with software or with hardware. I never call unless I get a call back same day and go directly into the software and fix whatever needs fixing or report needs writing. There are some reports I do that you have to go through a dozen screens to get to the right report because it's a database and the local government software basically accesses that database and creates these different pictures for you of what you're needing. And so particularly at the end of the year when we're going to court with taxes on property, there are some reports I need to run to the tax attorney and for county. And so once you know how to do it, you can get there. It's not obvious because the programmer's green, but if the users have a little difficulty getting where we need to go, and some of these more complicated screens.
Yeah, I was just wondering I was just trying to figure out what it would be total from what we're doing now. So I was asking.
Yeah, I think in a year we might be able to do away with FlexGen. The FlexGen's not going to go away. It's very good and very useful for payroll. And our city clerk, I believe, seconded that to its usefulness in the payroll out on time with all the reports that we send out to the federal government. So, she's very, very good at that, with FlexGen. But I think, we've always talked about paying property taxes with online payment options, credit cards, and that's really the most important part of what we're doing.
Thank you, Dr. Carroll. Anything else you got? Roll call.
Brian Cross,
Yes.
Kenny Johnson,
Yes.
Kenny Me,
Yes.
Kenny Russell.
Yes.
Lonnie Wright.
Yes.
And the last item is, council remarks. Mr. Russell,
No, sir.
Mr. Wright.
Yeah, Mayor, I want to say one thing about, this T-Dot contract. I'm not totally against that contract, but, we need to have an audit on the number of man hours that they spend and equipment that's supplies that are being used to support state highways and roadways, because I don't remember standing any people for that. You can take a look at the additional manpower might be needed to service the rest of the city. I'm getting a lot of complaints on different roadways, different streets, where we're not cleaning out the culverts and stuff, but we just simply don't have the manpower to go and get seized.
That's very good. That all you got? Mr. Cross?
No, sir.
Mr. Nick?
Yes, sir.
There will be no further business. Motion to adjourn.
No, sir.
Everyone in favor, say aye.
Aye.